Tank Blitzers and future Mumrads. I'm Littlefinger and I'm back today. This time we are going to review the Tier 2 T18 Tank Destroyer. This is an American tank with super frontal armor. It has two different guns that you can choose from. Both are Tier 4 guns. Let's take a look at the 75mm howitzer gun. This gun here gives you a horrible rate of fire at 3.87 rounds per minute, but on the flip side, it is pretty fun to watch a Tier 1 get one shot by this tank. It is an HE round, and your premium ammo is heat, doing there about 200 hit point damage. But I was quite frustrated with this gun just because of the dispersion there at 0.55 and an aiming time of 2.7 seconds. You have to be extremely patient. And hitting some of the smaller, faster moving tanks, I did miss quite a bit, so I ended up switching over to the 2-pounder gun, which has an amazing rate of fire at 18.7 rounds per minute, but only does 45 hit point damage per shot. However, the good thing with this tank is your penetration numbers are higher at 64, and your pramo is APCR with 121 millimeters there. So other than that, the benefit for this tank is obviously it's fairly mobile and it has great frontal armor. Played this tank as a frontline TD. It's not really made for sniping in the back. So let's take a look at how I have my tank set up. Consumables, pretty standard for me. Repair kit, multi-purpose restoration kit, and adrenaline. Provisions, I'm running all three. Standard fuel adds 3% to the engine. Can of cola, which adds 3% to the crew skills, and the protective kit, primarily for reducing your chance of fire. Ammunition, I am carrying 24 rounds of APCR. You will not need it. I rarely switched over to APCR. Equipment, I am running the enhanced gun laying drive, the improved ventilation to add 5% to skills, and then a light spall liner. This is, I guess, a departure from my typical TD setup, in which I would probably choose a camouflage net and either the binoculars or the coated optics. So let's compare this tank to other TDs at Tier 2. When we compare the T18 to the other TDs at Tier 2, we see that it does suffer a little bit in hit points at 190, but that is more than offset with the frontal hull armor there at 51 millimeters, which is 4 to 5 times more than the other tanks in this tier. It does weigh in at a whopping 13.7 tons, but has a huge engine which gives it the best speed in the class. It does traverse slower than any of the other tanks, however. Your shell penetration is right at average, but the issue with this tank is that the average damage is well below average. However, that's offset by the fact that your rate of fire is the fastest in the game. And of course, I am comparing the smaller, faster firing gun than the big Derp gun. So anyway, dispersion there is great. I found that this was the best tank to run. Also has a good aiming time. So let's check out some gameplay. First game here on Mines. Like I said, with this tank having such strong frontal armor, it's really good to just go ahead and be the front of the pack and try to soak up shots. So whole team's pushing up the mine hill, which is great, and we start getting some spots. You can see that this gun with the setup here, even though I missed that one, does aim very quickly, and also reloads very quickly. They're just about 2.5 second reload. We get that guy off, and then I see this big medium 2 coming at me. So one of the things you want to watch out for, guys, as far as being in a TD, is that you don't get circled. So I'm constantly backing up. I want to keep as much space between me and my opponent there. I'm not sure why he didn't fire, but we managed to take him out. And then you can see here I can use his dead carcass to protect myself a little bit more, even though I've got that good armor. So in a very short amount of time, we've taken out 4 tanks. I've got 3 kills. I turn left to see this T18 firing into the mine shaft. He's just unlocked the mine shafted achievement. Congratulations. You can see with such a quick reload and really good penetration, this tank in this configuration works really well, I think. So easy win, 4 kills, 534 damage. So next battle, we're on Copperfield, and I am tuned up here with a fellow Momrad. The call was to go right, and so we all push up the hill. And I'm going to get myself into a spot where I'm halfway protected by the bricks in front of me, waiting to see if anyone comes around the corner. They don't, so we push forward, and this is sped up a little bit. So we'll push to the edge of the hill near their spawn, see if we can't spot anybody. And sure enough, we got some slow starters here. So we're just going to pop a few shells into their rear as they run away.
Enemy armor is damaged.
So now we'll speed it back up again and come around the side of the barn here, and you can see this is where most of their team has set up. Not a very good defensive strategy here. This guy is sitting wide open, taking shots at me and not doing any damage.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
So we'll just push around the corner, and I'm keeping that building just off to my side, so if they do start shooting and I get penetrated, I can back up and take cover. But you can see they are just sitting on top of the hill, waiting for us to shoot them, which is always nice. A little bit of frustrating there, missing a couple of those shots a little low. But you can see the accuracy on this gun is really good.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And just one more to finish off. And he's showing me a little bit of his turret there. But he decides to show me all of his tank. Can't ask for much more than that.
They're knocked out.
So we finished that game off, 3 kills. And although it may not be for everyone, my preference is definitely for this faster firing, lower damage per shot gun on this tank. So I'm going to jump into another battle here on mines and give you an idea of some of the frustrations of the bigger gun. So as we start, I like to go off to the left to the camping spot that has a good line of sight for the opponents trying to reach the mine. So I want to get there as fast as possible so that I'm aimed in and ready to shoot should anybody take that route. We've got one up the mine already, and we're seeing them start to crest the hill here.
Punched right through their armor.
Get a shot in. But you can see here with the reload, I'm ready to fire, but just waiting on the reload. As soon as it's ready, I launch that shot. 164 damage, which is super nice. You know, that's about 2.5 rounds with the other gun. But the problem is that if you do something like this, where the T18 pulls out and then backs up and you miss, you know, you've missed 2.5, 3 rounds of shooting with the other gun. So just keeping an eye on the situation here, and notice that we get some guys spot coming down behind us. Aim up real nice on that guy and just track him and do 0 damage. He repairs it and backs away. I'm still waiting on my reload and fire another shot and into the rock. Not sure why, but in World of Tanks, shots seem to get attracted to rocks for whatever reason. So anyway, my guy is rushed down there. Try to save him, but of course I have to rush that shot and miss again. So that's the frustrating part with this gun. You're sitting here waiting for the reload and you've missed a couple easy shots. But then the good side is when someone presents a side of the tank to you like that, you can knock him out in 1 or 2 shots. So I know that the martyr's sitting over there. He tracks me and I get 1 good shot off here and repair my track and back up, hoping just to bounce another shot, but this time he connects. This is a tier above me, so I know I'm likely to be killed on my next shot, so I take that risky shot. It wasn't much of him showing he was doing a good job protecting himself as well as he could, but I just had the aim time on him. So I was going to go up and protect the flag, and then that Panzer Jag comes around the corner, and I think I got pretty lucky with this shot because I didn't even wait for the aim on that and managed to hit him. And since he bounced, I was feeling a little bit confident that he would bounce again, but I should have known better. And he takes me out. We go on to win this game, but you can see some of the joys and some of the frustrations with the bigger gun. Anyway, you know, I prefer playing this tank as a frontline, not so much of a camper, but on mines, you know, there are some good TD spots to use, so that's why I chose to do that. Anyway, won't bore you with the rest of this game. It goes on for a little bit with these guys that are having trouble driving in a straight line. So anyway, that wraps up my review of the T18. Remember, guys, get smart, not fingered. Stay safe out there. Have fun with this game. It can be frustrating, but enjoy it. Learn, get better, and like always, Littlefinger out.